game, and then one little slip up, the Morphling, and the combo just ends up taking. That one was a Morph and a Willow, which also is incredibly powerful, but Morph and Shaker has its similarities. So for me, it's pretty even. It all depends on how the pace of the game starts going. Because if OG gets ahead, they can dictate pace and play around their low cooldowns. If Secret gets ahead early, then I think it might be a little tough for OG to bring it back. Level 1 Puppey gets gone on from tag team, instant TP, back to the lane.
That sort of eyes, as I say, both side lanes. I mean, which side lane is the most volatile, do you think? Who's got to be the most careful on this first couple of levels?
I feel like top has crazy potential of kills just because it's the double melee. Yeah, so it just makes 1 or 2 wrong steps. Same thing for No Tail. There's Jingu skilled right away on the Monkey King too, so that's probably the most volatile for me. Bottom, the Io and Tusk have great kill potential on the AA. However, on the Morphling, I think Matu should be able to hold his own, because once he gets his like level 2, level 3, he's going to have a disengage, and he's also just going to have that incredible attribute shift.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, this top lane, the fact that this Monkey King Shaker against the 2 melees, I guess same could be said for the Mars and the Ursa. A lot of, potential to battle back, but for sure, you're going to see both teams taking early swipes at each other.
Stick is going to be really valuable up there for Zai. He started with it. He's playing versus the Rebuke. Even we expect that Earth Shock to come out from the Ursa early on too. So they're going to have a lot of mana to work with. And yeah, I'd say Secret, I give them a slight edge in the laning phase with their heroes the way it's set up at the moment.
So far top.
Ooh,
yeah, might have to be careful there, good Fisher. It's going to put a stop to any aggressive chase there from the 2 of OG. Mid lane Nisha having to play a little careful. He's got some regen out on the way, but rather low at the moment in that matchup so far. 8 for 2, 7 for 1. Pretty even here in the mid.
Thompson's gone just straight for damage. Doesn't finish up the null, just finished up a Robe of the Magi. I feel like he might go something like a drum. We've been seeing it from him quite a lot this tournament, and when he has the IO, and it's all about pace, I think that's something he might be thinking about.
Oh, and there we have it, actually, bottom lane. Seb, he's the one to get first blood. Is he actually going to get Saxa out as well? He is. The heals are enough. Saxa doesn't even go down, as we see action on both side lanes, pretty much kicking off at the same time. But, of course, OG, they were the ones to get the kill first.
Bit of a slip up there. I think Matu missed the waveform onto Saxa to get that trade kill. And as we said, Puppey, he's the one who's going to have to eat the brunt of the force most of the time from this tag team. He is securing the farm for Matu, but he's going to die most likely a lot of the times he does go down there.
Matu definitely having to be careful, but so far the first wave, even though losing the support by his side, free farm for the Morph down here, 14 for 5.
And Sumail struggling, since he's got that double melee versus the Monkey King who's holding skill point too. Yapzor may be deciding if he has another opportunity to...
Just get pushed back by the spear there, won't latch though. The Fisher out. Sumail and No Tail, they want to try and get Yapzor. Sumail looking to close in, but the barrel strikes up. Yapzor turns into the tree. They take down No Tail. Now he's going to look over towards Sumail. They've got him stunned. Oh, Sumail does get the kill. Can Zai get him in return? He can't. Sumail's got the boots, the movement speed. He'll make it away. So trade up there on the top lane, but of course Sumail may survive, but he's left in pretty bad shape there after that bruise up and still struggling to come to the lane for CS. Struggling the most out of all the cores here in the early game, Sumail.
And Zai's always got mana to work with. That's what we're mentioning. These stick charges, he's always got a fissure, he's always got enchant totems. It's a tough one for Sumail.
And Yapzor may have died, but of course able to head over towards the mid. Get Nisha topped up and well.
That's where those deaths are kind of valuable. When you have bottle mids, you can always fill them up. Unlike for the Invoker, they can't fill up Thompson's. Because he doesn't have one, obviously.
I mean, what? Ooh.
Okay.
We have to control the water in here. What can they do about this top lane, OG? Can they make any sort of alterations to get this better for Sumail, or do they just have to tank this really rough start for the Ursa?
I think they have to tank it as bottom. Puppey getting gone on.
Let's see if they can take it this time down. The damage from the tag team, it's enough here, Seb. Last hit comes in from the Iowa. Seb certainly off to a hot start indeed. I mean, maybe or Saxa. Matu's got to be cautious.
He's very low.
Seb just sort of beating back into him, stopping Matu from being able to get in and get the trade kill. See Nisha attempt to get aggressive mid with the chains.
Thompson, he's got some creeps on him too. Said low on, he doesn't have enough mana.
Fairy Fire, I'll keep him topped up. Thompson's still alive for now. Nisha, can he still get in this? 11 of a slight chains in about 8 seconds. Thompson's still hanging around. In fact, he's got a stuck, but he has enough to get into the Ghost Walk. Thompson will stay alive.
Whew, really pushing the limit there, though.
Yeah, he
reveals himself.
Oh, Nisha's going to want to dive back in. He's got the slight chains. Thompson, I mean, the flame Graveguard up. Nisha's going to have the damage. Thompson there making a bit of a mistake, getting greedy, trying to reveal himself to keep hitting the creeps, but he had no regen and no chance against Nisha with the second round of spells on the abilities of the Ember.
And Nisha's able, after that kill, walks into the enemy high ground on the triangle and also gets himself a bounty. So that's very fortunate for him. And yeah, big mistake there from Thompson.
I mean, it's, yeah, so far, just a 1k lead, but you saw it there in the CS. All three of Secret's cores across the board getting solid farm in the lanes, whereas OG, they're having a bit of a slower time in the mid and that top lane.
And Secret's the one who, as we were mentioning, later game scaling is really good. You see this Morphling having a way better start than the Ursa. It's definitely some concern. So I think Saksa, he's going to have to be the one that we look at to kind of fix these lanes up for the team. Seb's done pretty damn good, but he's going to have to especially help out Sumail up top.
Absolutely. We're going to see big moves from Saksa.
Yeah. It's only level 3 too. It's not like he has this insane type of level advantage where you see some of these 4 positions have. YapzOr is actually level 4 before Saksa hits it, so a little bit harder to make all those aggressive moves when you don't have all three of your early abilities, like the snowball, especially versus something like Earthshaker and Monkey King snowball. Very useful.
That's awesome.
Nice to know.
To get in and take that away from Nisha. Looking for the bottle refill.
Yeah, just not slowing down Matumba, man. A definite concern.
Sumail starting to get a bit more space. The pressure's definitely begun to lessen a little bit top with YapzOr making those movements over towards the mid. So a bit of breathing room for the Ursa here.
Only for a second or so, because Zai is going to hit 6 really soon. Looking to make the move, Matsu.
I'm going to try and go on Matsu. Not quite enough damage there to stop him from shifting. Still have the chase now with the tag team. It's not enough. He's got the strength built up. Matsu will be able to walk away.
Zai likely to be 6 after this lane, and that's where Sumail's going to have a lot of difficulty as he's still not level 6 on the Ursa.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
He's double melees up there.
The walk in for a potential slam could be deadly.
Does have his treads picked up, so he's a little bit tankier once he's got them on strength.
On No Tail, just struggling to sort of trade with YapzOr. Spears off the mark. TP's coming in here for OG. Thompson, he's in with the backup. He's come to try and rectify this top lane for OG. Catch onto YapzOr. He'll set up for a kill between the 3 of them, and this very much needed. OG, they've got to try and get this top lane in a better condition.
And he's got the urn picked up at a perfect time, so he can make that move. And immediately, he does queue up the drum. As expected, we've seen him do it a couple of times now, especially when they have the IO lineup. And as we said, OG, the slow start is here, but the pace of the game is going to get picked up incredibly fast.
Yes, you sort of blink and you miss it sometimes with the speed that OG sort of goes from 0 to 100. So it could absolutely still happen here in this early game. Still early days. 7 minutes in, 3 to 4. Less than 1k lead at the moment for Secret. There's still absolutely potential for OG to just explode in these early moments.
YapzOr making the move down bottom. They see him with the wards, but he's here already.
Yeah, they get the good Primal Spring jumping onto the 2 of them. Nice snowball off to the side. Saksa able to separate them a little bit, but now see they're getting Matumba man turning into the tusk there to use the snowball against OG. Closes in on Seb, gets the kill, and YapzOr might not even be done. He's got another spring in a few seconds. Does he want to go up into the triangle? He does. He's keeping his eyes on Saksa. Not quite land with the slow though, and Saksa will manage to make it back to the safety of his tower with that. But still, as to Seb, the off-lane IO taken out of the lane here.
More space for Matsu to heal back up to full from the Morbid Mask. Zai playing careful top, level 7 already. Very close to his blink tag already, 800 off with the treads. Sumail's just had to leave the lane. I don't think he wants to be up there anyway, and they need to start getting better levels on the 2 supports for the side of OG. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to do that run-at strategy that they want to do in the next few moments.
And YapzOr already being quite the nuisance for OG here, just sort of jumping around with the vision he's giving. And OG, at least with the 2 of them, Saksa and Seb, struggling to really get their hands on this Monkey King in the trees, pouncing around.
Seb already has Holy Locket done, so that's what we were talking about, where you get these items so much faster as this offlane. Gonna be able to make some nice aggressive moves, but they're on him.
He's gonna try and go, but a quick tether over to Saksa will break the distance.
He's too fast.
Doesn't even want to commit further there. YapzOr knows, even with the boundless strike, they just don't quite have the damage, even with the 3 of them to blow up Seb whilst he has Saksa by his side.
Not quite yet. Puppy still only level 5. I thought they were gonna actually move the Morphling out of the lane and then send the AA bottom to get that 6 early on to deter OG from going that run at you, since once they have AA 6 also, Holy Locket is online for IO, but that's going to be counteracted quite heavily when Puppy does get 6.
Absolutely, yeah. If he can land these blasts, it will be a complete thorn in the side here for the way that OG want to fight in that mid game.
And they have setup, right? They have Shaker Fissures, they have Chains, they have Monkey King bound the strike, a lot of different ways for them to set up that blast.
See,
10 minutes.
Looking over towards Nisha, but in fact, Nisha isn't going to be able to set up anything on them. No, doesn't want to try. Thompson, just get the initial grab here. Nice EMP. Oh, he was waiting for it. Samael, he was ready. Samael, if he gets this, it's going to be a lovely kill here for the Bears. Samael set up in perfect position. You know, he's had a bit of a sad time in the jungle, but he's able to head over to the mid lane, get a kill on Nisha. Top lane as well, OG, they turn over towards Zai. Have a little bit of a weight there to really amp up that final blow there that NoTail delivers to Zai.
Zai used Echo up there too, and they were able to sustain up from the IOTP. Then now it's going to be on cooldown for a very long time, which is going to be a signal to OG.
Yeah, I mean, this is
to run.
Look at Samael now. We saw how rough of a start he had. He's second highest in the net worth there, getting that pick up from that huge kill on Nisha in the mid.
And they're pressuring bottom now with the 5-position Mars with the IO. Matu's had to leave the lane.
You can feel it, that the pressure, it's building up from OG. It really is. Thompson getting deep in the jungle, looking for Puppey. Has his mana gone? Has he got enough damage on his zone? And, oh, it's the Earthman ticking out. Backup comes in. He gets the kill, Thompson, but it looks like he's probably going to die for this, as he's trying to escape them, but there is no running from Zai, Nisha, and Yapzor. So he gets in, he gets a kill, but maybe a little too deep that time from Thompson.
He did force 4 heroes there, though.
I guess that's space.
Space for IO to get the finished farm bottom, Tusk to get the levels top, Ursa to get more farm too. So at the end of the day, it's a Thompson move. Because that's what he likes to do. Sacrifice himself for the greater good. Zai does have a Blink Dagger finished up, though, off of that kill. So there is going to be some responses that come out from Secret after they get those kills. Also, a Maelstrom finished up on the Ember, so Secret does have a bit of a timing where they can fight back. That's the one thing, is we were talking about how OG is looking to set tempo constantly with this fast-paced draft, but it's not like Secret isn't going to be able to fight back.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah, Secret, they'll certainly be ready to have a shot back at them. Let's see if they can set up to sort of make a jump and a good reveal with that Blink Dagger on Zai's Shaker. Smoke up already. In fact, from Yapzor and Nisha, they're leading the way up top. It's just Saxer up here at the moment, soaking up some XP around the tower. Matu starting to take the tower. They'll dive in straight away. Set up there with the chains, in with the Remnant. TP's coming in. It's actually going to continue. Thompson, he does want to try and look for the counterplay. Rugo's command is down. Jump off the side. Nisha is able to break away with that last bit of mana. Ice Blast comes crashing straight over the Seb. Headshot there from Puppey. As he lands it on the IO, no healing for Seb. Seb's out. Thompson trying to run, but the sentries, there are plenty here from Secret as they lay them both down. Thompson, he's got the move speed though to get out of the range, so Thompson will sneak away. But a big hit there from Secret up on the top lane, and that's the move you said. They knew that OG, despite losing Saxer at the start, OG's the kind of team that will turn up and try and fight around that tier 1. Secret, they were prepared completely for that.
And look at the pace. They're smoking again instantly though. The smoke's going to break.
It is. They know they're in the pit. Puppey's going to know exactly what's going on, surely. Smoke dispels, he checks it out. This is risky from Samael and Saxon. They've got to run down side. He's in, catches the 2, and they'll jump over the Remnant. Boundless strike follow up. They're both dead.
And it's half HP. They might consider even going for it themselves if they get some more follow-up kills.
He's ready to chase up to the high ground. Thompson and Seb will be able to hold them back. Quick slide from Nisha, keeps them low, but Seb will heal the 2 of them up. But as you say, Roshan, it's in a bit of a juicy position here for Secret. It's still not too easy for them to really go for it, though.
Yeah. Big hit, though. Nisha with some really nice individual plays there, dodging out the EMP, dodging out the Mars ult and everything around that tower, setting them up now for a 2K lead, and still looking to respond.
Just trying to set things up there, NoTail. Quick poke, stops Matu from being able to lead in.
That hurts OG quite a lot.
I mean, it was a risky play there, trying for that Roche. A very, very risky move. Does not pay off. Secret shut it down.
And they weren't even looking for the Roche. They were just smoking to move across the map, and they're like, oh, wait a minute. Look at that. So very fortunate for the side of Team Secret, having a haster now on the Ember Spirit. Zai, as we mentioned, Echo Slam still on cooldown, but they've responded in great force versus the aggression of OG. Even though the relocating the numbers are attempted to be there from OG, Secret was ready. And as you mentioned, the snipe, of course. Puppey getting that big AA blast on the IO. That's going to be the crucial
He's going to do every time, yeah.
This IO, if you look at 20 Holy Locket plus mech, he's going to be able to like full heal anybody they do go on, unless that AA blast does come over.
Absolutely, all about Puppey getting that hit in. I see OG. I think they pretty much have the defusal done on Samael, so Yeah, it's just a few hundred gold off it. Any sort of other items at this stage that each team is waiting upon to have their sort of next power spike?
I don't think so at all. I think that Secret is extremely happy with this pace of the game right now. Morphling, like Matu's just getting to free farm while they're also still defending towers. I think OG just needs to keep looking to make these plays. I think if they sit back and look to wait for something, the game's going to quickly fall out of their favor.
I mean, well, yeah, as you say, you're seeing more for the top net worth here, and if that's happening, Secret's happy.
Yeah, they've got Diffusal now. They got a Medallion also on the Invoker. This is another go time. Smoke up, look for a play immediately with this.
There we go, in immediately from OG. Seb. Sumail and Notel. Seb, of course, ready to take Sumail in with a relocate if Notel finds a solid setup for the arena.
They have to start finding these big kills. Slow down the Morphling, slow down the Ember Spirit. Still difficult, though.
Okay. Go for the D ward here, so Secret will be aware that they're coming in from the side. Secret grouping up here in preparation for some sort of jump from OG.
And they've got the big ultis. That's the one thing that Secret, especially if they've got the high ground advantage, they have those humongous team fight ultimates in comparison. OG a lot more limited because it's a 5-position Mars who has to walk his way in to try to place his arena.
I mean, some nice little moves there from Saxon, moving himself and all illusions independently there. So Secret did have to guess a bit what was happening. Sumail's trying for the Roche again. He's in the pit. He's getting bashed. He will be able to jump out there away from the Fisher, but I mean, they really want to try and get this for Sumail, but again, it's just such a risk when Secret's all up at the moment. As you say, Secret, they're more than happy to jump in for the fight. I don't know if you're ever going to be able to get Roshan like this if you're OG.
But they have to. That's the lineup. They need to get that Roshan advantage for the Ursa. That's why you see both teams just heavily emphasizing in the area. But yeah,
Secret's not going to let him.
Secret's got this Ice Vortex, 40 mana. I mean, Puppey can pretty much infinitely throw it in there to get the scout if he's in the area.
It's very hard for OG to find. They need to get some sort of action first.
Showing the IO top, Seb. So have to be a bit careful of his positioning. He's split away from the Ursa too, so that means the relocate play is not going to be available for OG to get the numbers. So Secret, they're looking to catch him when he's split away.
If they can get the setup a little too deep here, TP immediately comes in from Saxa. Rest of OG stunning the head up as well. So Secret, they won't dive any further. Yeah, as long as Secret can sort of keep the pressure on, keep OG distracted and away from Matu, they're only going to be able to increase that lead that Matu has. Already about 1k ahead of the farmer Sumail. Matu much more happier to just spend time hitting the creeps. He is going to step at OG right on the shadow here. And Matu knows. He's keeping it cautious, keeping it cool, and making sure that OG can't get the jump on it.
He's going to have his Manta done any second now. And then he's going to go straight for that Aghanims afterwards, as we expect with that Earthshaker combos. And as we've seen to expect and come to expect from Topson when he's playing this Invoker, he sometimes does go for this more buff-up strategy, just the Alacrity plus that Solar Crest to make his Ursa, or whichever edge carry, that much stronger.
Absolutely, just give Sumail the best game he can possibly give him.
Yep. Notel sneaking in, but he's under vision.
I'm going to start things on him. He'll put the arena, but a quick jump from Nisha. Dodges the spear. Backup's coming in from the side. Thompson bumped up by Seb as they look to lead in. Saxa, he's caught Sai as well at the top left to stop Sai from being able to get the jump in. He has to be down sides out of mana. Seb caught by the chains, hit by the blast as Seb goes down.
Nisha, time and time again this game, dodging the spears, dodging the Mars ults, dodging the EMPs, just being a rightful nuisance for OG.
Good read from Saxa, though. That fight could definitely have gone a whole lot worse for OG. Yeah. Saxa just making sure that he can find Zai's Shaker at every possibility.
Zai's resetting though, going back to base, healing up, and he's still got Echo Slam. They didn't have to commit anything big on the side of Secret. Aya Blast still cooldown for 30 though.
I mean, OG's still trying to fight into it. See Saxa and Thompson coming up the high ground. Zai's going to jump, start the fight straight away. The Invoker snowball over from Saxa. Get the time for Thompson to reset. Matu, wait for it's inside. Trapped in the shots, he'll get taken down. We'll go to Mark down. Nisha with the newly picked up BKB. He's ready to brawl. Runs down Saxa, turns over towards Sumail. Sumail trying to put the erase to get out of there. OG, have they got any backup for Sumail? Sent back out with a relocate. Sumail now without the ult in trouble. Matu turns into the touch, uses the shout, but Sumail's able to shock out of there. Yapso up into the sky, but they got him down. They got him down for the tree. Spear comes out. Ice block, Balor strikes straight onto Thompson, but Thompson, he's still trying to down and fight. He can't survive for it all. He'll go down. Motel over the Yapso. Sumail, he's on top of Puppey. Puppey to pull it back for number. OG will come out on top of this fight.
Right next to Roche as well.
This is what they were looking for. A huge fight for OG, sets up the Roshan with 3 still dead on Secret. There's no stopping OG from taking this.
And Thompson...
All moves here as the Tusk trying to control Samel, but he couldn't. Good control as well, taking Yapso out of the trees, stopping that spring jump forward, which would have allowed them to kill Thompson off much quicker.
That spear was huge.
As OG, that was exactly the fight they needed here to begin to get that momentum, that sort of power back under their wings.
And look at this, Sumail is going to go straight for that Aghanims build on the Ursa. Just more survivability. He's going to be able to constantly be that rightful nuisance inside the fights, stick on targets. Again, the bottom.
Oh, goodbye, Thompson. Down along his own. I mean, Seb,
reload.
He might be in trouble as well. Did try and come in to help out. He's pretty tanky, not tanky enough to deal with Forest Secret beating him down. They got to get out of there, the rest of OG. No fight to be had. There's a bit of a slip up, and Seb getting baited into it as well.
Can't make too many of those mistakes. Even though you've got this Aegis and all that, you know, you've got this quick pace lineup, you don't want this game to drag on. You don't want to allow this Morphling to finish up and farm that Aghanims, which he is going to get eventually in this game. He's already got one component. So they've got the blink now on No-Tail, so just keep going. And that's the one thing, is they have to still look to keep making these plays, even if they do lose Thompson every now and then. It's just what they have to do with their draft. Otherwise, as we say, they will get outscaled.
Well, let's see how much they can get done with this Aegis.
See how much they can get done.
Blink. 3 minutes to really push the issue here for OG.
See what No-Tail finds with his blink review.
Set up mid. Trying to look for the jump, and No-Tail. He's in with the counter, but comes into the arena. But is there actually any backup? I don't know if there is. No-Tail just ends up dying immediately after he looks to initiate. Yapso and Zai, they are low. Saxa, he's got the catch straight over the wall side. Zip fall from Matu, though Matu's ready to turn and fight back. Another kill here for Zai. Zai will survive. Chains locking down the two of them, and Seb comes in with a heal. Tosses back up to full HP. He got the blue coming out, but he immediately put it on stop. Matu focused out by Sumail. They're ready to try for more. Yapso passing off to the side. The cold snap. Nisha, he's in trouble. He's trying to remnant out of it. Will have enough mana to jump over to the side. They're looking to hunt him down. They know he's gone south. They're checking out the high ground with the sun strike. Sumail closes the gap again. Yapso with the balance for the trees, holds back the bear.
Papiosa outside.
I mean, underneath the tower, it's a little deep here for OG. Jump forward, see Sumail. And get Zai here, he's got the heal of Seb. Sumail actually gonna live! He's actually gonna live here! Triple kill, they might get Yapso as well, he's been caught off the trees, another! Sumail with the ultra kill! Getting it done.
OG getting this big ramp up going for them, and I do believe Secret needs to be a little bit more careful with their Ice Blasts. They just throw it at the Thompson every single time, but it's got a 60-second cooldown. There's likely only one going to be in every single one of these team fights. They have to prioritize it on the big heals. As we've seen Seb now just chunk up his teammates with that. And Thompson is the sacrifice.
There we go. OG. No slowing down, of course, from this squad.
Nope.
1-5 finishes. They're already thinking about how they're going to start the next jump. Onto Matu
right away.
Got the cold snap. Good Fisher from Zai. Holds back the 3-wave format. The Snowball's going to be there to chase up with the high ground. Sumail, he still wants to go. He still's going in. He's diving in onto Matu. The slide's built up. Sumail takes him down. Back to the low ground. Nisha managed to get over the back lines. Kills off No-Tail with the BKB looking to commit. Kills off Thompson as well. Sumail still 40 seconds on the Aegis. Yaps off in the tree line. Lines up onto the two. Saxa buying time with the snowball. Oh. He's going to be earning pretty deep here, Saxa, but Sumail meanwhile finding Zai underneath the tier 2, and Saxa, he's also going to be able to walk out of it.
He's got his blink now. Oh boy, OG really starting to find their footing, and with the blink too, now there's more ways to save his teammates from combo plays. With Aghanims on Ursa, how are they going to combo Sumail down?
Yeah,
they are struggling. The enrage every single time when he's getting gone on. This is going to be a bit of a problem because they don't have any forms of silence at all on their team. So Enrage, of course, could be able to be popped whenever you are stunned up because of that Ags. This is problematic for Secret.
Oh, he's
such a big Ursa.
He really is. He played it so cool in the early game. That sort of pent-up rage from suffering in that sort of laning phase where he couldn't hit the CS. It's coming out now from Sumail.
Yeah, level 20 already at this point. And he's not letting Matu have a fun time in the fights. Even though Matu did have such a good time in the early game, the Ursa just staking on him. The defusal is a problem.
Yeah, Matu has to run every time. He cannot fight back against this Thompson. He's not going to be able to get the catch. Nisha is prepared for this.
Didn't get to touch on this either. If we look at Yapsor, he's going for a very greedy build. We've seen a couple times the Aetoses into Gleipnirs. I think we saw a couple Orchid rushes, I think on Crit as this 4th position. He's going for the late game. He's going for the Scotty. He's going to be able to apply it to everybody. The slow, the reduced healing as well from the IO2 in the team fight. So as it progresses, as we mentioned, Secret's going to be strong, but...
Saxa's going to find him. Puppey's got a fair bit of damage as well. Saxa, we got to stop the cold feet here with a snowball chops, and he'll be able to put a stop to the TP. No escape for Puppey.
Secret's trying to, I think, slow down a little bit here and get those items finished up, in particular the Ags on Morphling as well. It's very close to it.
And as you were saying, not far off the Scotty, just about 1,000.
Close. Seb now has his own BKB, so it's gonna be tough to focus fire him anyway. If they can get the AA blast coverage, if they can get a stun initially on him, then it'll work. But if he gets the BKB off pre-initiations, then it's probably gonna be really hard for Secret to bring down the main focus targets that he's tethered to.
I mean, for OG, Is it sort of waiting for the next Roche? Do they need to go before, or can they afford to sort of wait, get that Aegis, and then look to make the move again?
No, I think just keep looking for fights. If they run into you, you look for the battle. You've got so many ways to protect your core. Sumail likely won't die no matter what happens, because they can't initiate on him cleaning now because of that Ags that he went for. I really like the pickup this time around that he went for it, since there is no silence that he has to worry about. Always can get your range off, always can allow your IO and your teammates to come back you up.
Got their eyes on Notes out bottom.
Whoop. Bit patient for him. And there's the Axe. So Matu, only level 17, so not quite that permanent uptime that we always talk about from level 18 plus that morph timing, or he will always be in Shaker form.
I love a little pickup as well for Sumail, getting the Mind Breaker. Yeah, can be a great one.
Also, I didn't point this one out, but Zai got the Fake Grenade on the Shaker at 17 minutes. So now we have a lot of potential for some massive burst damages coming up from their sides from double, triple totems and whatnot. But OG, as we said, not slowing down.
Absolutely. As soon as someone shows in a lane and they feel that they're alone, they're making moves over there. See top Puppey. It's pretty out of the area though.
How do you go for Sumail? BKB Ags with a tethered IO behind him.
It's so hard.
It's going to be such a difficult target. They have to prioritize. I say somehow have to find Seb, but it's been very difficult for them. And with a BKB, it's how does Nisha focus fire him? Because that was Nisha's job for the most part this game.
Yeah, it's pretty much impossible to kill Seb at the start unless they open up with some sort of stun lockdown.
Which they have. They've got that Ags
double shaking.
Yep. And he's got a Titan Sliver too, so even stronger with that base damage increase.
Let's see who they can delete first.
Whoop, Puppey says hello.
He's just going to walk in on this. He's going to get hit by the Mind Breaker. He needs help, but he needs it now. Puppey, he'll give the Ice Blast over, but Sim's already put the BKB on off to the side. He goes. They lose no tail on the side of OG as Secret Arm to get to the back of him. So they're going to be in a chase. Both teams coming out with the buyback immediately. OG, they will separate though. They back off. And just an awkward way really for Secret to start the fight. Puppey just heading up on the front lines.
I don't think he expected them to be there that soon. Just walk. I mean, I'm also surprised that he's the one that walked up so quick himself. As around the Roche pit, most important timing now for the next few minutes. About 35 seconds until that will spawn. We see OG sitting in the pit waiting.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There we go, Secret. Rather far out here. We'll finish off the tower. Sumail, he's going to try and jump straight onto Nisha. Nisha puts the BKB Remnant off the side. They're going to Seb straight away. Everything thrown down off the eye. They've taken him down. So ball over from Saxa. Sam does come out for time. Sumail's already popped the ult, ready to go over for more. Chasing down Yapsor. He'll remove the Monkey King out of the fight. A double kill for Sumail. Now ready to go for something else to the side as he's on top of Matumba. Waveform out. Sumail looks to Nisha, but now he's going to be frozen in position. Sumail, he's trying to back out, but the cold feet kicks in. Sumail will fall. No-tail as well, cut down by Nisha. With the setup there, Matsu comes in for the finishing blow. Secret, this time round, the execution, it's there. They find Seb, remove the IO from the engagement, and suddenly everything becomes a lot harder for OG. Sumail, he still wants to be able to charge in, but he hasn't quite got that same level of sustain that he had before.
And it was them just clear understanding. He used BKB earlier. They knew it was still on cooldown. If they just commit onto him immediately, that IO's dead. Mars used buyback earlier. No Mars, no Earth for 50.
Just look at this, Seb.
Look how quick they were on him.
Everything just onto this IO, deleted from the team fight.
And then Matu can do whatever the hell he wants inside the fight, because now he's got that Ag Shaker. He can just come in and start one-shotting these heroes, as now with an Aegis. in a very comfortable spot, Secret, as it's only a 1K lead, but I feel like it's going to start accelerating and building up very quickly for Secret. So OG has to be very careful how they take those fights when BKB are on cooldown.
Absolutely. It's just so much stun, so much AoE and control. It's not easy, even with the Enrage alone, for Sumail to fight through.
It's just such an explosive amount of damage that's coming out. It's like anybody gets seen and they're just dead from these totems. As Matu's just hunting.
I mean, he's trying to go for Zeb.
The headband midair. It's a cute little interaction. And of course, we do have the IO shard. That's also something that will be coming into play. These little mini stuns that are kind of come out onto our Morphling and our Shaker that OG does still have. But yeah, with this, much more comfortable position, Secret to look to make more aggressive plays. And an E-Blade now finished for Matu as well.
So much blast here. Jump forward for Notel, but at the same time, Zai Nisha now onto Saxon. Zeb will lead in. They're looking for Yapso. Matu's able to stand his ground for now. The Yapso finally falls. Matu not able to finish off Zeb. Self E-Blade here as Matu looks to separate himself from the fight. OG, if they got any further chase, Sumail.
The BKBs are
trying to head in. Sumail is going to be able to blink to dodge the initiation, but now the ice block, the slam, they're holding Sumail in position. Seb trying to come over to give it the backup, but now Zai turns his attention over towards Seb. He doesn't have the damage though, Zai, and Seb will be able to keep himself alive. Nisha's over to the backline to chase down Notel. Matu, he's looking for Seb. Not enough mana to keep chasing onto the Aya, but meanwhile, Nisha and Puppey, they do get Sumail as he's separated from the rest of his team.
There's too much that they have to deal with in the fight. They're trying to focus fire Matu, but then he jumps left. They're trying to focus fire Zai, and he jumps right. Then there's a Nisha zipping around to the backlines, killing the supports with Fire Remnants. It's just so much elusiveness coming out from Secret, and OG does not have the same amount of control that comes out either. They don't have double Shakers. They don't have chains and roots coming out anywhere. Much harder fights for them as we're seeing them progress.
And of course, Matu had the Aegis. He's still going to have it for another 3 minutes. Couldn't even get him the once. Definitely the concern starting to show with the sort of draft OG has now that the minutes are passing. 32 minutes in, 5K lead. OG, they've got to look for some phenomenal maneuvers to get Secret knocked back down.
They have the Hex on Thompson, so that'll at least allow them to hold one of those targets down and focus fire them. But yeah, as I was saying, it's just, there's so many things moving around. There's a Monkey King jumping, Ember Remnants. There's so much different chaos that Secret's causing in the fight. And OG has to try to find a way to weather it, but not really seeing too many options as Morphling gets Aegis, he's got Ags. You've lost so much control on the side of OG. This is not the way that their draft wants to play.
Mid lane notes out. We'll find him a bit of a freebie by the looks of it. He does win the blast off though, and now Nisha jumps in with the Remnant. Notel's gonna fall over to the side. Zai and Yapso controlling Saxon. Nisha's looking to jump over to help out as well. I'm ready to go back in with another Remnant. Seb will take the two of them out of there.
Oh.
Look at the Hex! Have they got the damage? Sumail is in onto him, but they can't even finish him off the one. Still has that Aegis. Jump back over to Thompson. Trying to run with the E-Blade combo. Comes in. Thompson blown up. Sumail positive range stays on top of Matuma, but that's only the one. She's going to be back for round 2, Matu. Nisha jumps in. Control on his Seb. He can't get away.
Good lord. This lineup is ridiculous. Once it's timing, I mean, OG is doing some great grabs of trying to get these pickoffs, but there's just too much control. They're too mobile. They're everywhere.
I mean, it's effectively sort of 3 fishes as well. This Boundless Strike also coming in from Yapso. Just so many lines of stun thrown straight through the heart of the team fights.
Matu.
Oh.
They get the grab on him.
Have they got enough damage? No, they haven't. In fact, Matu is going to look to turn. He wants to get aggressive. He's going to try and get in on them. He's got to be a little careful. Here's the backup he required. Zai jumps in. Notel to fall. They even look for Sumail, but a quick blink gets him away from the Fisher.
Dire's middle tower.
Nice attempt there from OG, but Secret still in the area. Somehow, even though they were just bottom, as we've seen them just flying all over the place on the map, always seem to have the numbers. 12K gold lead. It's quickly swung into their advantage.
And there's quite a confident line there, just straight up into their favor. 91% on the win probability right now for Secret.
There's just too much going on inside the fights. Too many things they have to focus on, while also trying to dodge AA blasts and keep the BKBs at a good timing so that they don't get clipped by it. It's not easy moving forward. And back into Shaker form. Back looking for the plays. Secret gonna continue looking for anything. Any type of battle that they can get now. Yeah, really catching their stride. Lincoln's now on Nisha too, so that Hex that we saw, likely to get countered just because of that.
It's going to be so hard to lock him down.
Yeah. And they've got, you know, we did mention that YapzOr was going for a very greedy item build. He did finish it off in those last two fights.
They're coming in for the side. Fisher out to Sumail to start things off. Sumail will be able to take out the wall. Jump on for Nisha over to one Thompson. They're on top of the Evoker. Thompson trying to run. Turns around with the combo. Ice Blast will miss, but Matu will not. Straight over onto the Evoker. Matu takes out Thompson. Now to Sumail. Sumail, he needs help, but he needs it down. Seb coming in with the tether. Relocates Seb. Won't be able to take Sumail out of this fight, but Notel's going to be left behind. As OG, they'll still lose too.
This might be the most entertaining lineup I've ever seen in Dota. Everyone's just jumping back and forth, and they're still going to lose Seb out of it. 105 seconds.
That's a long time. This could be the window that Secret have been looking for to break the high ground.
Oh, they're feeling it. They're high-fiving. They're feeling that big confidence now after these last, 4 or 5 fights that they've just decimated OG in.
And what can OG do here? 3 dead.
They have to watch. The IO is so crucial for their lineup. Likely to just lose at least 2 sets.
It's the bottom racks cleaned up. Secret straight over to the mid.
The damage from the totems as well.
I mean, they're diving in a bit onto Sumail. They're tempted. Sumail getting quite the poke under the tier 4. I mean, he's going to jump. They're going to try and get onto the Superman. Coming out the Superman, getting low. He's got the shift. He's going to live. Matu will stay alive. Ready to go back over towards Sumail. Sumail will bring down the Morphling, but he himself will lose his life for it. Buybacks coming out from OG. Same from Secret. Matu, he's had enough. He's ready to shut this one down as a second set of racks. I mean, they commit to kill them all. They do get him. I mean, he is in a position now. Matu dies again. The game might start to get a little bit interesting again.
They still have 30 seconds without the IO, though. They might just be able to commit for the racks.
It's a little bit risky,
but potential that they could. And again, it's too many things they have to deal with in the fights. Like you said there, they full commit for the Morphling, but he's not the only problem by any means.
So much.
Nisha 15, 3, and 20.
Dire's top tower is under
they're also strong right now, Secret.
Creep starting the base though. Those Forge Spirits in the mid lane.
And to push him out.
So that buyback, as you mentioned, might be a bit of a win condition here now for OG if they're able to find him. It's a very difficult one, but
it is
gotta be careful.
It is there.
Yeah. Matu's just gotta be more cautious with his positioning. Oh, look at that. A DD rune. Look at this nice damage on our Morphling. He hasn't even popped the DD yet, but nice little 1300. Actually more, 1500.
Yes. I mean, also knowing that Roshan should be up rather soon again here, so something that is going to offset that risk of Matu using the buyback to get straight back in action.
And finding some big neutral items as well. Timeless Relic picked up on the side of Secret.
Oh my goodness, yeah, give it to these Shakers and the stuns.
Or the Ember Spirit. I mean, I'm fine with that. That's too.
True.
He's pretty good with
That's
it.
a lot of damage.
OG.
Sumail, he's found Puppy, he's trying to get in, we'll get pushed back. Saxa goes in the ice, puts him over the inside, jumps in with the slam. Sumail got the BKB up in time though, as he turns towards the Shaker, takes him out. Matu trying to find Notel, wait for him over to the side. Seb bringing Sumail out to the side for now. We'll see the jump on Matu, he's taking on top of him. There's the hit, slams out Sumail. Sumail hits the deck out for 2 minutes on the Ursa.
Look at that damage. Over 1,800 damage on our Morphling.
That's a big number.
He just smacks Sumail, and now Seb returns as well to his death.
And now 3 dead, no buybacks on OG. Secret with the 4 of them up, they can look to run down mid.
Thompson, he showed himself for a second, but whoop, whoop. We'll slip away.
He's trying to create a distraction, sort of push them away from the base, but Secret, they are definitely going to have their eyes on the Megas, and maybe even more. To have buybacks available on Notel and Saxa, but 90 seconds no Sumail, a minute without Seb. There's the buyback, Notel. Can they buy any time for their 2 cores to get back up?
It's got to be so scary for Thompson.
I mean, Saxa is going to get a jump in. They are able to get the spear up to them. The damage Sunshine coming down. But Nisha there with the Remnants. Matu, he's got too much HP. They can't burst through it. Buyback comes out for Thompson, but Saxa will fall. Also, with his buyback, looking to try and hold with just the 2 of them. The Secret, the damage is being done. The top racks are gone. The Mega Creeps will be out, and the jump over to Saxa. As soon as he's back in, he's back out again. Run them over to Thompson. Thompson goes down. Everybody already dead on OG as Secret
GG.
now close it up. GG is called, and Team Secret will take game 1 of this best of 3.
They went for the strong scaling lineup, but saying that does take away a little bit of how much they're still able to fight in the early game. We see OG trying relentlessly to battle into them, but Secret still has good team fight with this double shaker.